Morning everyone, this is Faith Loranta speaking, and today we will discuss industrialization, the problems of industrialization, and what are the possible resolutions for those problems will be discussed by Group 5. Industrialization is the development of industries in a country or region in a wide scale. This is also the process by which an economy is transformed from agricultural to one used for manufacturing. That is why it is said that industrialization is one of the primary needs of our country today. Dahil ang industrialization ay nagiging instrument para sa economic development. Di ba yung mga first world country, they are highly industrialized nation, and ang Philippines daw, kailangan mag-undergo industrialization upang ma-improve yung ating productivity to improve na rin yung ating mass production, which increase standards of living. One of the problems of industrialization is there is no credit to our people that we must export many of our raw materials for processing and for manufacturing elsewhere, only to import them back as finished products and higher prices. Sagana tayo sa mga natural resources. We have so many raw materials, but the problem is we do not have machineries for mass production and for quality production. So anong nangyayari? I-export natin yung mga raw materials sa murang halaga para sa ibang bansa i-manufacture. So syempre, dun ipoproduce, ipoprocess, and i-innovate. So pag dinala dito, mas mahal na natin siya mabibili. Minsan nga, di ba, for example, yung mga indigenous people, sa kanila nanggagaling yung supplies, pero sila pa mismo yung madalas na hindi nakakabili ng mga produkto na gawa sa materials na sa kanila mismo nanggaling. Just a trivia, in Western countries like France, Germany, and US, farmers are the richest, while in Netherlands, agriculture is the first economic source. Another problem is our resources are going to waste. Why? Because we fail to exploit them properly. We fail to industrialize adequately and effectively. And sa produce naman natin, madaming mga defects. Yun yung tinatawag natin na reject. Bakit nga ba nagkakaroon ng reject na products? Kasi wala pa tayong magagandang machineries dahil nga hindi pa tayo ganoon ka-industrialize. Kung kaya't nasasayang yung ating mga resources.
Another problem is the slow progress of economic development. First factor why we are experiencing slow progress of economic development is the government itself. Ineffectual and bereft directions of projects. Masasabi natin na hindi nila fully tinutulungan ang ating local industry. Although, sinasabi nila na may ginagawa sila, pero higit pa doon ay yung kayang gawin ng gobyerno pero hindi nila ginagawa. Yes, they make a lot of plans, but they are not implementing it. Hanggang propose, plans, blueprints, and drafts lang, pero walang nangyayari at hindi natutuloy. So, after so many years of experimentation, the Philippines Program of Economic Development. Another failed duty of the government is the lack of coordination among agencies na naka-assign sa implementation ng economic policies, which has resulted in considerable confusion not only among the government offices themselves but especially among the business elements of the country.
Talking about this, I have some trivia. Meron na tayo ngayong Investment Assistance Commission. Ang ginagawa nila ay nagpe-prepare sila ng mga project studies para sa mga investors, and nag-encourage din silang magtayo ng mga factories sa rural areas. Mahalaga ang pagtatayo ng mga infrastructure sa rural areas. Why? First, dahil sa rural areas mostly nandoon yung mga resources, so hindi na mahihirapang mag-angkat. Second, it raises the standards of living. And third, it relieves the problem of overcrowding in the cities. Kasi bakit nga ba maraming tao sa mga cities? Dahil madalas nandun yung mga malls and supplies. So kung maglalagay tayo ng mga ganun sa rural areas, no need nang pumunta sa mga cities and mababawasan na yung mga tao doon.
Let's proceed. Another one. Ineffective enforcement of laws. Tumutukoy ito sa pagpapatupad ng mga laws na hindi naman nagagawa or sinusunod ng mga mamamayan, and one example of this is the existing regulations that are not responsive towards improving the ease of doing business in the country. Lastly, for the government is the strictness of our credit policies. Ang credit policies is a set of guidelines that shows the terms sa payment and kung ano ang maaaring mangyari kapag na-late ang isang tao sa pagbabayad. Naging isa ito sa mga dahilan ng pagbagal ng ating ekonomiya dahil kadalasan when the credit policy is too strict, nagiging cause ito ng pagkalugi ng isang business. Ang example nito is the expected period of time ng pagbayad ng renta, which is usually 30 days. Pero minsan may ilang business na 7 to 10 days lang ang binibigay na time limit. Another factor of the slow progress of our economy is the timidity of private capital, which means lacking confidence on investing to any investment funds or debts securities. Dahil marami sa mga Filipino ang segurista or yung taong tinitingnan talaga kung worth it ba yung paggagastusan ng pera nila, and marami din ang natatakot na sumugal sa pag-invest. And when people tend to invest, they usually expect that they would get their money back as soon as possible. Kasi akala nila ganun lang kabilis yung pag-ikot ng pera nila, and yung iba naman na hindi nag-i-invest, mas pinipili nila na itago na lang yung pera nila sa sarili nila kasi natatakot sila na masayang or mawala yung pera nila. Next reason is appalling apathy or ignorance of people. Maraming Filipinos ang tumatangkilik sa products ng ibang bansa. And dahil doon, nane-neglect natin yung mga resources and products na meron tayo. And minsan, inisip din natin na dahil galing ibang bansa yung product ay mas maganda yung quality nito. Kaya instead na gumawa tayo ng sarili nating produkto, ay mas pinipili na lang natin na bumili na lang sa iba, pero kung tutuusin gaya ng nabanggit kanina, ay sa atin madalas na nanggagaling ang mga raw materials na ginagamit ng ibang bansa sa mga products nila. I must say that there are local products which can compare favorably with imported articles in point of quality as well as the price. The tragedy, of course, is that many of us didn't realize the important fact and have as a consequence continued to withhold our support from these deserving products. More than this, people forget that industrialization is the key to economic progress and the solution, partly at least, of our growing unemployment problem. The conclusion is, it is obvious that complete unity and cooperation among the government, private capital, and in public general are indispensable for the elimination of the impediments to our industrial growth. Lacking such cooperation, the program of industrialization is bound to fall, but we can do something about it.
What should we do to resolve or minimize the problems of industrialization?
Coordinations of all the agencies. Coordinations help a group, system, or team to work aligned their tasks towards a specific goals or purpose. Kaya naniniwala ako na ang ahensya ng gobyerno or department ay dapat lahat ay may makaugnayan or mayroong coordination. Lack of coordination wastes a lot of time, money, even effort. Halimbawa, ang isang industry ay maaaring nangangailangan ng dokumento upang makapagsimula ng isang business. At kung walang coordination ang mga agencies, matatagalan ang pag-process ng mga documents or worse, baka hindi ma-process. Yung mga ganitong senaryo, nakaaksaya ng oras at mga resources para lang makasunod tayo sa mga hinihinging requirements, tapos yung mga agencies naman ay walang coordinations. I think that coordination of all the agencies should be the first thing to be prioritized before anything else, because these agencies will be the one in charge of guiding the projects of all industrialists and the gatherings of prospective investors. Intensify the enforcement of all laws. Laws serve as guidelines in the most of the processes and actions are done within the country's territory. Intensifying the enforcement and implementation of law would mean having the ability to control how things would go. This would be necessary for tracking the performance of the industries. Matutulungan nito ang gobyerno na malaman kung sino yung mga hindi nagbabayad ng buwis o mga bayarin sa tamang oras. O makakatulong din ito para ma-check ang mga industries na registered at legal sa bansa. We must value the importance of putting things in their rightful places. Therefore, the intensification of the implementation of laws serve as a way to address some of the problems of industrializations. Constitute a permanent body of well-choosing men. An employee has a duty of care to other people when they are carrying out their duties. They must always ensure that they work in safe manners in the way that they have been trained. The employer should provide procedures and processes for employees to follow. Establishment of an industrial investment bank. Banks are often run by private sectors. This means that they are more on the profit-making side. Establishing an industrial investment bank would be beneficial especially for those who are lacking finances. Since ito na nga yung para sa mga taong kapos financially, industrial investment bank would be able to provide aspiring industrialists the privilege which could not be attained from current banking institution. Example of these are longer periods for paying loans or financial assistance as from the government, offering low interest rates for borrowed money, easy collateral requirements, as well as the suspensions of amortization payments during the first few months. Having such advantage will be a lot of help, especially in addressing industrialization problems. I think that it would be help people who want to be part of growing numbers of all industry in our country. It's the division of a bank or financial institution that serve corporation and institution. Dito pwede kang umutang na mababang interes, hindi mahigpit pagdating sa mga collateral requirements at wala rin hinihinging amortizations or yung paunang bayad sa mga unang buwan. Granting dollars allocations. Ito ay pagpayag sa paglalaan ng mga dolyar sa nakukuha ang mga dolyar. Ito ang tinatawag na tax na nakukuha tuwing nagpapadala or nagpapapalit. Also yung tinatawag na TARRIF or import tax. Kapag nag-i-import ng products galing ibang bansa, pinapatungan ng tax ng gobyerno bago ibenta kaya nagmamahal. Isa daw sa solusyon sa industrialization problems ay ang paglalaan nito sa mahalagang bahagay. Example ng pwedeng paglaanan ay edukasyon. Pero bago ma-approve, kailangan mo nang dumaan sa proseso, which is sa Congress and President, na sila ang magbibigay ng desisyon. Encourage foreign investment. Corporation can quickly acquire new products and technologies by buying foreign assets. Like, these examples of foreign investment includes retail, service, and manufacturing. Yung law governing system, sila yung nagde-decide kung ano-ano yung mga dapat na gawin para maka-encourage ng foreign investment. At dapat pabilisin ng gobyerno at huwag hadlangan ng ating industrialization. At dahil dito, kung ang local capital ay hindi willing na mag-invest or mag-venture sa mga industries, ibig sabihin yung mga pag-i-encourage sa foreign investment ay hindi magagawa ng Bangko Sentral. Ang pag-i-improve ng government policies ay makakatulong rin sa part ng capital pero hindi ito magagawang ma-resolve yung mga problems ng mga private investors katulad ng kakulangan sa pagsasanay sa negosyo at technical. Increase of emphasis in the business administration and technical courses. Emphasizing students taking up business administration and technical courses will be presumably increase the chance of shaping and training individuals who are ready to compete in the industrial world. In the module, it is suggested that offering courses related to the business as well as the technical ones could help build individuals who are trained for the sake of contributing to the growth of the country's economy. Ang madalas na nangyayari ay ang mga nakagraduate sa ganitong course ay na-expect na magtatrabaho ay either sa managing or sa actual production or manufacturing. Ang isa pang bagay ay ang globalisasyon na patuloy na nag-evolve at nag-i-improve. Pinapalawak nito ang market habang ang kalakalan or trading ay patuloy na nag-i-innovate. Mas mapapabuti at mapapabilis ang pag-angat ng ekonomiya kung ang mga employees ay mga professionals na sa fields ng business ad and technical courses. All of this will happen if and only if business administration and technical courses will be prioritized. Establishment of an industrial research center and Bureau of Standards. Industrialization, produce homogeneous and standardized products and or services. Additionally, it seeks to innovate and improve continuously. It comes along with the creation of standardized procedures and workflow at makakatulong ang pagbuo ng Industrial Research and Bureau of Standards in putting these goals into action. An Industrial Research Center would be designed to conduct studies necessary for the improvement of industry. Pwedeng pumasok dito yung paghahanap ng paraan ng pagbabawas ng presyo nang hindi sinasakripisyo ang kalidad ng produkto. Ang isang halimbawa ay naghahanap ng mga alternative materials na mas mura pero pareho naman ang function. On the other hand, the Bureau of Standards ay kailangan tumulong sa pagkontrol sa mga bagay na kailangan para mapanatili yung quality ng performance. Yung mga bagay na yun ay yung pag-i-implement ng effective na work procedures or protocol, which could eventually increase the level of production as well as the productivity of every employee. Allotting research facilities and agencies focus primarily on the betterment of the industries could help aid the problems of industrialization.
Next, contribute share to support government. Sabihin na natin na kunyari nagawa na ng government and agencies fully yung part nila. Being a citizen still gives us the need to contribute our fair share in our country. Meron pa din tayong obligations kahit na nasa democratic country na tayo. Ang mga obligations natin bilang isang Pilipino ay pagbabayad ng buwis, pagboto at pagsunod sa batas. And upang makatulong sa industrialization, gawin natin yung parte natin ng pagbabayad ng buwis. Dahil yung buwis na binabayad natin, magagamit ito para sa economic growth and sa pagpapaganda ng buhay ng mamamayang Pilipino na ginagawa yung parte nila para sa ating bansa. Yung mga projects, infrastructures, industries, everything that keeps our country run comes from the money of the citizens. And our contributions matter in showing our support to the government because after all, this should be used solely for our country and the citizens' welfare. And lastly, prohibition against the examination or private bank deposits. Prohibition against examination or private bank deposits by tax examiners is just some of the reason behind the decrease in the deposits or saving done in the banks. Discouraged savings in the banks would allow successive deposits. This subsequent use in deposits would open the chance for attaining low interest rates. Lower interest rates would be beneficial especially for industrialists who are low on funds. Example, may isang industrialist na gustong magtayo ng negosyo pero wala siyang sapat na pera. Pwede siyang mangutang sa bangko imbes na sa mga illegal na pautangan. And paano sila ma-encourage na dito na lang manghirap? Syempre, kung mababa yung interest. Aside from the fact that it has low interest rates, one could also guarantee that the transactions and proofs of payment will be recorded since it's legal. Meron kasing mga illegal na pautangan na walang legal na papeles and pinapipirmahan dahil nga hindi naman sila legal. Therefore, this could also be a reason to bring out hidden capital. And that's all for our presentation about industrialization. Thank you everyone and have a good day.